Hi, today is Wednesday, April 7th. My name is Bob Davis. I'm pastor here at First Presbyterian Church, Carson City, and these are your midweek announcements. Christ is risen. That is the happy news of our Easter declaration, and we continue on in this Eastertide celebrating the victory that God has won in Jesus Christ. It is the good news that we have to share. It is the gospel that we are opening to Carson City and beyond. And so we are delighted that you're watching these midweek announcements, and we look forward to seeing you in worship and participating in the mission and the ministry as we go forward. Just a YouTube note, if you miss any of the links or any of the announcements that we give here this morning and want to go back without trying to scroll through the video, you can find that information down here in the description. And it will list for you all the different announcements and the links to anything external that we have going on. And so you can look there to make sure that you didn't miss anything. Well, back to Easter just for a moment. I want to say a special word of thanks to Bob Stroh and to everybody who came out on Saturday to really make the campus look great. It showed extremely well. God blessed us with a beautiful day on Sunday, and so as we were outside sharing in fellowship, it was just a joy to be in the midst of that beauty, and all the hard work really showed wonderfully. So a special word of thanks to them. Also, a special word of thanks to Linda Ritter and Candy Euler and everybody who made that fellowship time so very special. Just want to recognize the hard work that went into just making our first time back in a lingering and loitering and enjoying time together. So very, very special. So thank you for all of that. Well, because Easter fell on the first Sunday of the week, we did not celebrate communion, and so we will be doing that this Sunday. And so just as a reminder, the reason we are continuing to have you sit in the pews that have the bows on the outside is because that affords the communion servers and our ushers an opportunity to come between you to distribute the elements in a safe way. And probably going to continue this for the next couple of months until we get to the place where we can be seated in every row and every pew. Now, take this for what it's worth, because as you may recall, I predicted we were going to be back in worship by Mother's Day. I meant last year's Mother's Day. That we are here for this Mother's Day is a good thing, and we are anticipating that a lot of these restrictions are going to be removed by the time we get to the end of May, which is Pentecost. And so our hope and our prayer is by that time things are going to look much more like they did in a pre-pandemic kind of circumstance. But we aren't there yet. We're getting close. We're on the way, and we hope and we pray that we will be there soon. This Sunday, if we can encourage you to sit in the pews with the bows on them, that lets us move in and out among you with relative ease, and we can keep things moving in a good fashion. There is no 4th through 6th grade Sunday school. This Sunday, we're going to encourage children that age to stay in the service. It will be good for them anyway. The sermon is about Abraham and being called to go where God will lead him, and just has applicability to everybody. But also, it is a communion service, and I think it's good, healthy, and helpful for our children to see and be part of the body that is rejoicing in what God has done, in God's victory meal. And so 4th through 6th grade, please stay in worship this Sunday. As I mentioned, we continue on in this transition back towards normalcy, but there is a varying degree of comfort for our COVID kind of environment. And so I'm seeing more and more green stickers each Sunday, which is a wonderful thing. I'm seeing a number of yellow stickers and a few red stickers. which indicate our COVID comfort. Again, the idea here is for first-time visitors and those who are coming back for the first time to have a quick reference point as to where our COVID comfort level is individually. These are voluntary self-designation. And so green is that you're really comfortable. Handshakes, hugs are okay. Yellow is you want to be a little more careful. Red is I've done everything I can just to walk into this building. And I want to be here, but I need to keep that distance. And so we're going to continue that really through basically the end of May, which is Pentecost. And hopefully at that time, we will celebrate the not needing of any of it. And so want to encourage you to continue with that. This past week, something occurred that we didn't give a whole lot of notice, but I think it's important to recognize. That is, we as a staff and as a church celebrated Charlene Rodman's retirement. She says this time she thinks it'll stick. And but it also marks the time when we welcome in Cynthia Jones, who will be picking up where Charlene left off. And we thought it would be a good idea as Cynthia begins her tenure here for you all to have an opportunity to meet her. So we sat down with her and did a brief interview, and we're going to show you a clip from that, and we are going to have that posted on our PresbyPod tomorrow. What have you experienced thus far? What have you seen?
Well, I've experienced a lot. I've been training for 2 months, so we've had a lot of learning and learning curves along the way. I've met a lot of really great people and have been really, really lucky enough to already start building friendships and feeling really good that I'm here and this is a place that I chose to be and they chose me.
As you have seen, we have been posting on PresbyPod, and one of the things that we have done is we have created a living room set. If you've watched any of Dan Skinkis, I Have a Story to Tell, you've seen Dan on a couch in front of a fireplace and a mantle behind him. What we want to talk about is the mantle above the mantle behind Dan. There is a space for art. And what we want to do is invite any of the artists of the congregation to submit something that would appear behind Dan for 3 or 4 episodes. We want to change it out each month. And so if you have a piece that you've created, if you have something that you want to display that you think the church would be blessed by seeing, please contact Sherri at this address or down in the description and let her know, and we'll make arrangements to make that happen. It's not just the one place above the fire, above the mantle. We have several spots around that room that we will be using for various recordings. And so we have an opportunity to use and display several pieces. So if you have that and you would like to share it, please contact Sherri and we will make arrangements for that. Well, because it's YouTube, we're going to invite you to hit the like button if you like these midweek announcements, subscribe, and then ring the bell. We want to emphasize, ring the bell if you would like notifications about when new things are posted. If you ring the bell, then it comes to your email. You'll know. If you don't ring the bell, it's like you haven't rung the bell and things will be silent. So please ring the bell. We ask you, we beg you, we plead for you to ring the bell. Those are our midweek announcements. As always, we look forward to seeing you, whether it's at tonight's Bible study, where we go through Hebrews and we begin where we left off last year, or on Sunday morning for worship. Take care and God bless. So, this Sunday, my bad.